details about what kind of great show we've got. Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown, and we're right along ringside with a lot of other folks, and we're ready to go with an outstanding championship wrestling program.
Boy,
David.
I tell you, the main event, wait till we get to that here in just a moment. But first, the opening match of the day. Boy, a big team coming in here, and Kurt Von Hess and King Kong Bundy, both of them on one side of the ring in tag team action. A little bit later on, we will be looking at the Dutchman, Dutch Mantell, will be in here in a single match. But listen to the expiration of time match. Couple of upset teams. These are teams that have major upsets on championship wrestling. We'll be looking at the Nightmares with Jimmy Hart, their manager, on one side of the ring. And on the other, it'll be Mark Batten and Johnny Wilhoit, the new generation. Should be a terrific expiration of time main event coming up today.
Yowza! We're going to be taking a look at two new faces also, and the fact that Kurt Von Hess, the first time that he's been on championship wrestling out of Munich, Germany. Boy, and what a pair. You said it with King Kong Bundy. They'll be in here in that opening match. And Mark Regan we have not had here before.
Right, he will be here today.
And we will be looking and seeing Mark Regan for the first time. We've got action, plenty of it, more too. We'll be back in just a moment.
Car owners, what you're now watching is a $400 professional car waxing machine. It doesn't just spin, it moves from side to side. That's the secret of a brilliant shine. This is revolutionary new Mighty Hand that fits on any quarter-inch household drill. Watch Mighty Hand duplicate the $400 machine. It not only spins, it moves from side to side. The secret's inside this amazing orbital balance wheel. It makes Mighty Hand give the professional shine that actually looks a full 12 inches deep. No more back-breaking work like this. Mighty Hand does the work with hundreds of times the speed. Mighty Hand comes with two different waxing bonnets. Bonnet number 1 has thousands of tiny scrubbing cells. It applies the wax while the thousands of cells remove grease and grime. Then once over with a buffing bonnet. It's so easy it practically runs itself. And your car is so shiny you can actually read a paper in the finish. Mighty Hand polishes chrome mirror bright with just one pass. Use the scrubbing bonnet with any detergent and make white walls look brand new. On textured vinyl tops, Mighty Hand lifts up embedded dirt and grime, so one wipe makes them look factory new. And ladies, Mighty Hand lifts tough dirt and stains from floors, baseboards, and countertops. In bathrooms, mildew and rust stains disappear. Bring new life to paneling and furniture. Mighty Hand comes complete with two bonnets for just $14.95, plus a written guarantee that it must shine like a $400 professional waxer, or it costs you nothing. Order now, and as a bonus, we'll include Mighty Hand polymer sealant.
Use your Visa or MasterCard. Call toll-free 1-800-228-1010. That's 1-800-228-1010. Use Mighty Hand to shine your car when you sell it and get the absolute top dollar. Call today and receive as a bonus Mighty Hand polymer sealant with protective silicones like new car dealers use. Call toll-free 1-800-228-1010. 1-800-228-1010.
About ready to go here.
Oh, yeah, I guess we're back and ready. I don't know whether we are or not. We're going to have a big tag match coming up here, and, Jimmy, what are you bringing in today?
A new member of the first family of professional wrestling, baby. Kurt Von Hess, the German national heavyweight champion, along with King Kong Bundy. I'm rebuilding the family, baby. It's going to be the biggest and greatest organization in the world today, baby. Kurt Von Hess.
And I'll bet he really fits into the family in beautiful shape. Yeah, Kurt Von Hess. You don't have to tell us too much about him. While we've never had him on championship wrestling, his reputation precedes him in no uncertain terms. Dave, let's have the official introduction.
This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total weight of 475 pounds from Louisville, Kentucky, Randy Johnson, and from Memphis, Tennessee, Jim Jameson. Going against him at a total of 695 pounds from Munich, Germany, Kurt Von Hess. And from Atlantic City, New Jersey, King Kong Bundy. Jimmy Hart in their corner, one fall, 15-minute time limit match. And the referee's Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, we're ready for it. Bell time, and off and running is Kurt Von Hess right on Jim Jameson.
Kurt Von Hess, the German national champion, Jimmy Hart says, and he sits down on Jim Jameson. Von Hess planting the foot in the back as Jamison trying to get back to his feet or to the corner. He's on his feet, but runs into the upper arm. Kurt Von Hess from across the ring drops down with the upper arm, makes the tag, and here's the very large King Kong Bundy.
Fantastic day. Look at him, Kurt Von Hess, baby, Germany.
Yeah, we have watched him for a minute or so here, and King Kong Bundy doing some damage now to Jim Jamison. Jamison thrown over to the corner. This is Randy Johnson in. Johnson wrestles out of Louisville, Kentucky. Flipped across the ring by King Kong Bundy. Jim Jamison, meanwhile, over on the right of the screen, struggling back up into the corner as King Kong Bundy hammers Randy Johnson back down to the mat. Minute and a half gone in this match. Bundy himself weighing in at about 460, 465 pounds. He calls for a knee in the corner. Kurt Von Hess responds. Von Hess, our first look at him on Championship Wrestling. Jimmy Hart has brought him in from Munich, Germany, and he's in there right now against Randy Johnson. Oh, he puts on a neck breaker. If he goes for the cover, he should have him, but he's not. He's back into the corner, drops down. Now he covers. 1, 2. He picked him up. That's the count of 1. Just before the 2 count fell, Von Hess picked Randy Johnson up. Rather than go for the 3 count, Bundy coming back in. Johnson off the rope. Point of the elbow by Von Hess, and look at him. Bundy slices.
Atomic bomb, baby. Look at him. There he is.
Woo! 2 minutes, 41 seconds the time. It's King Kong Bundy and Kurt Von Hess with a win. Jimmy Hart is thrilled as he jumps in the ring. Watch, take a look at it. Well, it's not a pretty thing to watch as they wrap this one up with Randy Johnson being fired into the ropes. There's that point of the elbow that he caught him with right in the throat. Bundy and Von Hess both using the ropes, but then Bundy is the one that drops the atomic bomb, as Jimmy Hart says. The count of 3 falls, and King Kong Bundy and Kurt Von Hess have the victory.
Boy, you know, I have often thought, looking at Bundy in there and Von Hess being somewhat lighter, but not a whole lot better, but I have thought to myself in there, what would that be like laying, and I don't want to find out, laying down, and here's this guy coming 460 coming down to splash on you. Ooh! We're going to take time out and be back. We got plenty of action to go, and we'll be at it in a moment. Hey, Channel 7's Championship Wrestling. By golly, we're going to be back in, and this is some kind of action day and a half. You got to stay tuned to see the entire thing, I'll tell you that. Hey, coming up next Wednesday night right there in Evansville, it's got some kind of heavy action. 3 of the matches will involve the following Southern Heavyweight title match. King Kong Bundy and Dutch Mantell in that bout. Jerry the King Lawler then will come out in first of 2 appearances. He will be going against Jimmy Hart. Rude will be in Hart's corner, and Dutch Mantell in Lawler's corner. And then after that, the King comes back, and he's going to be facing Rude one-on-one right there in Evansville, Indiana next Wednesday. Jerry, it's kind of an unusual night for you.
It's going to be, as Hart likes to say, the greatest night of my life. Because, you know, I've had to wait. I've had to wait for a chance to get at Rick Rude, and now I don't only have a chance to get at Rude, I got a chance to get Rude and Hart, both in the same night. This is truly going to be the greatest night in my career. Hart, you little stinking wimp, you directed the whole big charade there when Rude goes out and busts up my car, and then you run and you and Rude both jump in the getaway car with that big fat Bundy. Well, let me tell you something, jerk. You're not going to be able to run Wednesday night. When I get my hands around that little scrawny neck of yours, I'm going to squeeze the life out of you. And Rude, it takes a big, tough man to beat a car in, brother. But we're going to see what happens when you're trying to beat on me. I'm going to beat you till your face looks like the front end of my car, and that's a promise.
Of course, the Dutchman will be in Jerry's corner against Hart. Dutch, you've got a Southern Heavyweight Championship match with Bundy, kind of. The stipulation is he only has to defend it once every 30 days, and he has said anything over that, only the first 15 minutes of the match is going to count as a Southern Heavyweight.
Okay, through some loophole, Bundy's only required to defend it once every 30 days, and if he defends it more than that, if it's a match, only the first 15 minutes count. Now, Bundy, I'd be ashamed by as a man your size to tell the people that I'm such a big coward. Well, it's not going to take me 15 minutes because you're going to be done after 5 or 6 minutes, and Bundy, after that, you're going to be all mine. And Lawler, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be in your corner, baby, and I'm going to keep Rude off of you long enough for that extra match.
We have a special presentation coming up here. More championship wrestling coming up a little bit later, including our first look at Mark Regan and what should be a tremendous tag team expiration of time main event a little bit later. And we have a presentation coming up for the Tag Team of the Year. This is made by Wrestling Fans International. Now, the voting is done in the spring, and then the presentation is made at the annual convention. And Wrestling Fans International are holding their annual convention this week. And they have the trophies for Tag Team of the Year that they are going to be presenting. Unusual situation this year in that the team that was voted Tag Team of the Year when the voting was cast in the spring are no longer together. But here's Lance with Wrestling Fans International.
Hi, David. Thank you. I want to introduce to all the wrestling fans on Championship Wrestling out there a couple of representatives from that organization. The head of the organization now is Pete Letterberg. Pete, delighted to have you here.
It's just a pleasure to be here in Memphis, Lance.
And Howard Baum. Howard, both of you are from Florida. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. We're from Miami.
All
Big
right.
wrestling fans all
You get
our
back
lives.
down there, you give Gordon Soley my best,
Exactly,
too, will you?
yes.
Okay. You guys are participating in the presentation. We really appreciate you doing it right here. Tag Team of the Year, Tommy Rich, Eddie Gilbert. The fact that they are not currently wrestling together as a tag team has nothing to do with the award and our appreciation of you doing it here, Pete.
Well, of course, you know, Lance, the voting goes on for the whole year, and this encompasses 1984, and they were quite a good team for the whole year up till now.
No question about that.
It's just unfortunate they're not seeing me right now, but what can you do? They are the Tag Team of the Year.
Okay, we want to get Eddie and Tommy out here for the presentation of it, and we also want to say that we hope maybe during the year we're going to be able to disseminate a little more information on your organization and all, so more people will have a chance to participate in it.
That would really be great.
Eddie Gilbert. Okay, we congratulate you. It, of course, is rather an unusual situation, and I don't have to go into that. But there is your trophy as one half of the Tag Team of the Year.
Well, Lance, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the WFIA, thank all the people for giving this to me. It's unfortunate, though, that it looks like you'll probably have to take Tommy's to him because maybe you people out here don't realize it, but Tommy is our international heavyweight champion now. He doesn't come to television anymore to do interviews or wrestle here. He goes all over the world now. Memphis doesn't really mean that much to him anymore. He don't show up here. He's such a big shot now and a big man on the totem pole. And but you know, he's the one that turned his back on me. He's the one that turned his back on these people. And if it's still up to me, to be a Rich and Gilbert team. But no, he's really a big shot. But today he couldn't be here because of one reason. Because he's still probably running from me from the last time we met. Because he's such a chicken and such a coward, brother. That's all it's wrong with him. So I'd like to thank everybody for my... That's the only thing.
For that, and it's in the ring. It's not here. coming here. We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back in just a moment.
Okay, Color Time, let me get this straight. I give you $5 first week's rent, and I get a name-brand TV, stereo, or appliance. Any one for $5, no extra charge for service or repairs, no long-term obligation. I complete the rental plan, and I own it. And because I'm renting, I don't use credit. Hey, why doesn't everybody call Color Time America's largest rent-to-own system today while this $5 offer lasts?
Color Time is right for the time.
In Evansville, Henderson, and Owensboro, and now open at 15 West Center Street, Madisonville.
My life is filled with surprises. I am forever seeing things that cannot be real, but they are. I am constantly hearing stories I cannot believe, but I must. Believe it or not.
Jack Palance. He's with you on Ripley.
Let me take 60 seconds of your time before we get back into action here on Channel 7's Championship Wrestling to remind you that first Saturday, September the 8th, Benton, Illinois at the Benton High School. Then on Thursday, September the 13th, Owensboro, Kentucky. Thursday, September the 20th, Paola, Indiana. And Thursday the 27th, Brownsville, Kentucky. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with the 29th of August coming up, and that's going to be Wednesday night, when you will see Kurt Von Hess from Munich, Germany, going against Speedy Talltree in the opening bout. Then you're going to be looking at Eddie Gilbert going against the newcomer in this particular area, Mark Regan. That'll be an interesting bout. Southern heavyweight title match, King Kong Bundy and Dutch Mantell. First 15 minutes, the Southern heavyweight title's at stake. All over that, no title is at stake because of the loophole that Bundy put in there. Jerry Lawler going against Jimmy Hart, Mantell in Lawler's corner, Rude in Hart's corner, and then the King gets his hands on Rude. Okay. Eddie, you need to get that bleeding stopped, and we've got another segment coming up here right now.
Lance, just give me a chance, please. You know, I feel like a fool. I feel like, please, I feel like that maybe I have done something terrible, and I've done something wrong, and maybe Tommy was right when he said that. I feel like I've let everybody down, Tommy, you, these people, all the little kids that ever looked up to Eddie Gilbert, and I turned their back on them. I was jealous. I was envious because you're the champion. You had the title matches. And Lance, if there's any way to get Tommy out of here, because, and I don't know, I know you could have something to do with this. Let me say this to you. Maybe you can tell Eddie Marlin from now on, there won't be any more matches scheduled between Tommy Rich and myself, because he can win them on forfeit. I will not show up. I'll not wrestle him anymore. Because if Tommy's watching these people, this represents that the people of this country and the WFIA voted us Tag Team of the Year. And Tommy, you're just like a brother to me. And it's taken a long time for me to come around to my senses, but I've been a little crazy and I haven't been right. But now I realize it because you beat my brains out here in front of these people and everybody watching. And I've been wrong, Lance. Well, I've been wrong, and I can admit it. I'll admit it to everybody here and to you.
It takes a bigger man to do that, and I don't know whether Tommy has any desire to come out here.
If there's any way at all this promotion, if they can get Tommy out, because I've been wrong. I've acted stupid. I've come out here. I've said things I shouldn't have. And I've just kind of been in my own world here lately, and I'm sorry. I apologize. And if we can get Tommy on here, I'd like to just tell him this face to face.
Eddie, you need to get that bleeding stopped there, man.
Tommy, please. Please.
An unfortunate situation, but I appreciate you being man enough to stand up here on television and say it.
You're right. You were right about everything. I haven't been the man that I said I was.
You're a better man. You're twice the man I am. You're a former world champion and international champion. And all I'm saying, let's forget it. These trophies mean more to me, and these people mean more to me, and you, as a tag team partner, mean more to me. And let's get back together, and let's be the team we were, and let's have that friendship back that we were, please. Please.
I know it's difficult,
I'm sorry. I was wrong.
You'll be there. In other words, anytime I need you from now on, Eddie Gilbert's going to be there, is what you said.
I'm telling you. Please. Just please accept my apology. I'm doing this in front of everybody so everybody will know that I'm not ashamed of admitting I was wrong. And I was wrong.
I'm delighted. We'll keep the trophies over here for you. Okay. I don't believe it. Well, we got Eddie Gilbert busting Tommy Rich open, and all that stuff he was talking about was just hogwash, trying to catch Tommy unaware. Eddie! Let's get this guy out. Boy, you deserve anything you get from now on. I'll guarantee you that. Why don't you just get out of here? Hey, yeah. Watch him. And I'll tell you, we don't care if you never come back in here.
I won't be able to wrestle him anymore because he won't be able to wrestle.
Yeah, well, just get out of here, Eddie. There's nothing smart about that or anything else. Lousy, low thing to do in there. You can help Tommy back. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay, Tommy got waylaid, and they're helping him back to the dressing room now. All right, where are we? Yeah, well, I'd rather, okay, thank you for helping out with Tommy. When we have incidents, a lot of times, I wish that always that we would be able to show them back, and they weren't happening right then. A particular incident happened with Rick Rude that many of you who were here watching on television all saw it. Some of you did not, and it was one of those circumstances that Dave and I, that's why we say you never know what in the world's going to happen on championship wrestling. Rick Rude, with his vendetta against Lawler, started hollering about Lawler hurting things and all, and referring to Angel as a thing, a possession of his, and then he takes a ball bat and heads for Lawler's car outside in a parking lot. Let's take a look at what happened when that happened.
Oh, baby, but I mean, payback, baby. Payback, and that's what it's about. Come here, Russell. I want you to walk with me over here, Russell. Come here.
Come on, Jimmy. Now, what is all this stuff? We got a match coming up here. Hey, Rude.
Come with me, Russell.
What are you doing? Get back in here.
It's the one, baby, right there, Rude. It's the gray one, baby. There you go. There you go, Rude.
That's mine. I don't believe that.
There you go, Rude. Busted, baby.
That is so ridiculous, Jimmy. Boy, that's the kind of mentality that you spawn in that doggone thing. He is out there knocking the windshield out of Lawler's car. Oh, boy, that is brilliant. Just brilliant. He tore the windshield right out of Jerry Lawler's car. Well, he's the one that's going to have to pay for it. Uh-oh, here comes Lawler. Get him, Jerry. Lawler going after him. Hey, out there, who was that? Oh, Bundy. Out there waiting on a car, and there's Hart. Oh, that is sick. Goes out there with a ball bat and knocks the windshield out, beat on Lawler's car. Well, I tell you, there is absolutely no way to anticipate how low Hart and that first family can get. Lawler came running after him. And they had Bundy sitting out in the car. There's Jerry looking over what's been done. Jerry, who had wrestled earlier on Championship Wrestling in the event that you didn't see it. They got him back out of the shower. Well, okay. Mama said there'd be days like this. Lee took a ball bat and absolutely just shattered Lawler's windshield, beat on the car, walked all over it. Hey, I'm talking like $3,000 worth of damage in there with what happened to the top and where he kicked around and all that stuff on that. And that was Rick Rude, and of course Jimmy Hart's egging and all. It was Bundy, and that was true in the car out there. We couldn't get a real good look when it was happening. Who drove the getaway car in there. We're going to take time out. We got more Championship Wrestling. We'll be back to it in just a moment.
Famous star is considered the most popular pianist in the world. He's already sold 27 million records and won 121 gold records. Richard Clayderman's romantic music is loved in 38 countries. And now, for the first time in America, Richard Clayderman offers you his Music of Love treasury. Most romantic music. The most beautiful love songs of today and yesterday. Music to stir your senses. Music to stir memories. Nights with Richard Clayderman Magic. Not available in stores. Order yours now.
Sale $8.98 for album, $9.98 for 8-track tape or cassette to Music of Love. Box 7, Evansville, 47701. You must play this Richard Clayderman album more and enjoy it more than any you own or money back. This offer will end with no advance notice, so don't delay. Write this address down now and mail today to Music of Love. Box 7, Evansville, 47701. That's Music of Love, Box 7, Evansville, Indiana, 47701.
First time we've seen Mark coming in.
Interesting way of getting in the ring. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit match coming up for Mark here.
His opponent, Keith Robertson, standing up there making light of Regan. Give me a little of that break dance. Okay, jacket's coming off, and we're out. There it is,
Keith Robertson said he'd seen enough of that. The dancing he didn't appreciate, I guess, as Mark Regan came in. Regan's out of New York City at 225. Keith Robertson, is on the mat. He's out of Memphis at 238. And Regan with a drop kick didn't hit him. 2, 3. Well, he didn't hit him with full force of both feet, but he was able to get him with that 1 foot, and that put him down to the mat. Regan very quickly just landed on top of him and was able to hold him for the 3 count. And that is quite a debut, I must tell you, for Mark Regan. Keith Robertson's got to be wondering what happened, because all of a sudden he found himself there. And he was pinned, no doubt about it. It was over for him.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Keith, a young guy who has really been coming along very well. I think he learned one thing that really experience is the only thing that can teach you, not to let it down. I think he got caught unawares. Let's take a look at exactly how Regan got a hold of Keith Robertson. Robertson, a big guy, and boy, I'll tell you what, he has been causing some people some trouble in there. And as he shot in Mark Regan to the ropes, he came out. Regan leapfrogged him in there, turned around, and he is agile, no doubt. Look at that drop kick. Bang. He wailed him good.
That left foot's what got him and put him down.
And Regan went at it again. He had him stunned enough to get a 1, 2, 3, and a lot of times people don't realize that that is the name of the game. You get them right then and there, 1, 2, 3, and that's all that it takes. Mark Regan, the winner over Keith Robinson. A little upset surprise here, our first look at Mark. Keith Robinson got involved in a situation with Dutch Mantell. I was more stunned. I think Keith is feeling his oats a little bit now. I want to show you a little recap of what happened in that particular match. Reversal. And as he started to get Dutch with a foot, look at here, clothesline. Robinson down, 2, 3, he's at it. 5 minutes and 57 seconds, the winner, Dutch Mantell. Well, after Dutch had left the ring and was heading out with a 5:57 win, Robinson jumped him from behind, blasted him in the back, knocked him down to the concrete, slammed Dutch into the ring post, and now Dutch going back at it. The wrestlers for the next match already out here, and Robertson wishing he had never nailed. Oh, here comes Spoiler and Hickerson. Pounding Dutch. They're not involved in this match. As we said, they're out here for the next match. And they jump in. Referee Jerry Calhoun, who is refereeing the next bout. Out here with Paul Morton as the Spoiler paintbrushing Mantell. And Dutch caught in between. First, I was stunned when Robertson jumped him after the whole match was over with. You know, Dutch got a pretty good reputation.
Sure does.
I was a little surprised Keith was hot about losing the match. I wasn't as surprised, though, when Dutch got involved with the match with the Rock and Roll and Hickerson and Spoiler, because Dutch has a way of getting even.
He does.
We're going to take time out. We'll be back in just a moment.
Imagine the world's sharpest knives working at rotary speeds. Direct from France comes the amazing Mouli, the rotary blade kitchen tool used by millions in Europe. Never before have you been able to process so many foods so quickly and for so little money. Here's how Mouli works. Insert one of 5 different blades, load the hopper, turn the handle, and look. Have you ever made home fries this easily? The same blade makes cucumber slices perfect every time. Slice carrots and celery for soups and stews. Slice radishes a whole bag at a time. How long would it take you to do what the Mouli did? Change to the Julienne blade and make mounds of coleslaw. Make fresh Julienne French fries. Change blades again and make hash browns. Enjoy delicious potatoes any way you like them. Watch this amazing test. Shred 3 whole onions in the Mouli. Shred 3 in this expensive food processor. Mouli gets the job done.
Ooh, Wednesday night. I'm talking about right there in Evansville, Indiana, and son of a gun is going to be a night of action in there. Kurt Von Hess opens up against Speedy Talltree. Eddie Gilbert faces very fast Mark Regan. Then you got a Southern heavyweight title match, kind of. Stipulation that Mr. King Kong Bundy has put in, and only 15 minutes of the match, the first 15, will apply as a Southern heavyweight title match against Dutch Mantell. After that, it's no title match. Then Jerry the King Lawler faces Jimmy Hart with Rude in Hart's corner, Mantell over in Lawler's corner, and then the King settles down to business with Rick Rude himself. Jimmy.
You know, I'm not believing this. I really don't believe Lawler against me. This is Eddie Marlin's doing. I had to sign the contract or leave this territory. Let me tell you something, Lawler. I am manager of the year. You see this plaque here, baby? I'm coming to the ring loaded. You think I'm going to face him with nothing up my sleeve? You've got to be crazy. I didn't tell Rick to bust a winner, did I, Rick? Did I tell you that?
Not a word, Jimmy. You know, Lance, I'm sick to my stomach about Jerry Lawler's car, and I'd like to apologize right now. I want to apologize for the fact that his ugly face wasn't behind that windshield when I put that Louisville Slugger through the windshield, Lance. But next time, it's going to be a Beverly Hills Slugger, and there won't be no windshield to protect you, Lawler.
Now, what is this first 15 minutes there?
Dutch Mantell, what did you ever do to deserve a shot at the Southern Heavyweight Champion? Let me answer that for you. Nothing. You know, by contract, I'm only obligated to defend that title every 30 days. But since I can't find a man in this area every 30 days, you can go years without finding one, I've made that stipulation, Mantell. You're half a man, so you're not going to get a full match. The first 15 minutes for the title. But don't worry, Mantell, it's not going to go that long. Because let me refresh your memory. Last time we met in Evansville, I left you laying in the ring like a dog. I strapped you like a piece of garbage and left you laying there. And now you want a shot at my title. Well, come and get it, Mantell, because I got all that you want and more.
Well, it's coming up on Wednesday in Evansville.
What happens if Lawler don't make it through Hart?
He'll be there. All righty, we're ready to go at our next bout. A single match. It'll have Pat Hutchinson and Dutch Mantell going at it. One fall, 15 minutes. And we were, okay, bell time. Here we go. We're getting everybody's attention, and that's all Dutch needed, brother. He said, you already got my attention. Let's wrestle. He started out. Dave, no introduction. They didn't have...
No time, huh?
Yeah. I dinged the bell just to get everybody's attention. We were ready to go after the break, and Dutch is called.
We got the stopwatch running on him. I don't think Dutch Mantell needs much introduction anyway. Pat Hutchinson, for that matter. Hutchinson out of Memphis. Dutch out of Oilcroft, Texas.
Dutch been really cranking up on that arm on Pat Hutchinson. Whoa, Pat took a way at it. He took a shot at the eyes, and there comes in with a forearm. Pat, of course, we've noticed this in the last year. Boy, he's gotten a lot more aggressive. Woo.
He has tried to take control of matches more, and of course that's what you have to do to win wrestling matches. He has also tried to take control of things like the chokehold that he was using right there.
Yes, sir.
A little disappointed in that, but Hutchinson down to the mat. Dutch was going to try to pick him up and slam it with me. Suplexes him right here. Boy, that's just as good. Dutch stayed with him, though, and that's the mark of a veteran wrestler. Boy, he pounded him with the upper arm. Count is 2 and 3, and that is it. Wow. Dutch Mantell, the veteran, 1:03.
Minute 3 seconds doesn't surprise me a bit because the Dutchman, as we indicated, he was sitting on dead ready before that bell ever started. And you can see, as Dave pointed out, with that suplex that Dutch put on him, when we look back at the finish of that particular match, it was a dandy. Look at it. He snapped him right over and got that good snap roll on him. Bang! Down hard with the elbow. Oh, and that was good enough for a 1-2-3. Pat Hutchinson up and out of the ring. Hey, listen, that was a minute 3. We've still got this expiration of time match, so let's just go ahead and bring on our next match here. We'll have, how do they say this in the radio? 2 in a row. This is what we got. Oh, that lets everybody know the new generation is on their way. There they are.
It's unusual to have all the people screaming over me in the nightmares.
You win, Jimmy. Jimmy, if you don't mind, we'll do the introductions, Dave.
Expiration of time match coming up here. This one goes to the expiration. Total weight of 422 pounds. Over on the left of the screen with Jimmy Hart, their manager from parts unknown, the Nightmares. And going against them at a total weight of 442 pounds. From Charleston, West Virginia and Lexington, Kentucky, Mark Batten and Johnny Wilhoit, the new generation. This match to the expiration of time. Tojo Yamamoto in the new generation's corners, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun. This is one of those that might go 1 fall, might go 3 or 4, depending on the time. Johnny Wilhoit looks like he'll be starting for the new generation, and for the Nightmares, it will be Nightmare number 1. Referee is just about ready for us to sound the bell, I think. Last minute instruction.
Okay, bell time. Johnny Wilhoit ready. Dave is
Here
right.
we go. Wilhoit out of Lexington, Kentucky. Boy, I tell you, the new generation have really made some noise around here, especially since they signed on with Tojo Yamamoto. They made a call to Tojo, said, hey, teach us to be champions, and he has done that.
We mentioned this, I think, earlier, Dave, but a very significant match here in that the Nightmares got themselves an upset with the Rock and Roll Express, and the new generation did the same thing on Hickerson and Spoilers, so 2 major upset teams. And, boy, I'll tell you what, we're looking for a dandy here. This is expiration of time, and we've got some time.
And we've got some action as Johnny Wilhoit really putting it on that left arm of the Nightmare. He makes the tag, and here comes Mark Batten. Oh, Jimmy Hart's upset. What happened?
All right, what happened? You saw it. I did too. Look, he held the man when he made the tag, right? Our man didn't have a chance to get back in the ring because he tagged him and he held him.
Well, he was the legal man in the ring. He made the tag right there in his corner, then he turned loose. Jimmy Hart's version of the rules. Hey, look at Mark Batten with a takedown on the Nightmare. And there's the tag. All right, now.
He held him again. Did he not hold
him? He makes the exchange. He turns loose, goes back to the corner. Nothing wrong with that.
I can't believe you're saying that, man. That's a call for a break. When the tag's made, you break the hold. Am I right or wrong?
You make the break when the exchange is made. Let's see how it works on this other corner over here. Let's see make tag, all right? That's Johnny Wilhoit. Wait.
Listen, we go by all the rules. My men are Christian athletes. Okay, we just threw a punch at him right there. You see that?
The Nightmare was halfway down the apron where he should not have been.
This is our side of the ring over here, Dave.
Whole side, I see.
Whole side's ours, that whole side's theirs.
Okay, remember that's Jimmy explaining the rules to you, fans.
Beautiful.
Lower legs.
Beautiful.
Johnny Wilhoit. Right on the mat. All right, Nightmare is on. He's on the top rope. That worked out okay for the new generation, and wow, what a drop kick. Wilhoit way up in the air. Now the Nightmare goes for the tag, and Jimmy decides to go back for a little conference with the Nightmares, and boy, I think they need it because the new generation, Johnny Wilhoit and Mark Batten, so far, have had control of this match. That's Nightmare number 2 in there now against Mark Batten. We're 2.5 minutes into the first fall.
Would you please tell them I am not a wimp, and you know I'm not a wimp, so tell them to shut up. It's giving me a migraine headache, man.
I'm getting a migraine myself, Denny, but not from this. The upper arm, the Nightmare.
That's legal forearm. Open hand.
Fist. Mark Batten reverses the Nightmare into the turnbuckles and rolls him down to the mat. Goes right after him with the head scissors. The flying head scissors, he flipped him, and the Nightmare. Again, the victim of the flying head scissors, Mark Batten makes the tag. He broke the hold immediately as Johnny Wilhoit came in to take over.
What TV program are you watching, man? Evidently, you're not seeing what I'm seeing up here.
I'm not seeing it from your point of view, I guarantee you that. Johnny Wilhoit with a clean arm bar on the Nightmare, number 2. Nightmare back to the corner, makes the tag. Wilhoit, as the other one steps in, broke the hold on the other. Well, that's right by the book. That's the way tag teams work. Wilhoit reverses the Nightmare and drops him to the mat. Ooh, look out. Nightmare with a move. He kneed Wilhoit in the midsection as Wilhoit was coming in fast. Johnny Wilhoit of the new generation. Tag made on Mark Batten. And again, a nice clean exchange. Mark Batten backed into the turnbuckles by the Nightmare. Nightmare reversed again, going into the turnbuckles, and Mark Batten, good balance by this new generation team. Boy, they're very alert. The Nightmares are experts at reversing things like that, but the new generation has stayed with them time and time again in this match. First fall action, 4 minutes, 40 seconds gone. We expected a good one, and we have had it so far.
Hey, man, the Nightmares are the greatest team in the history of professional wrestling today. You know it, I know it, and the people know it, man.
Mark Batten with the left arm bar on Nightmare number 2. Batten takes him down, bars the arm again, and now the Nightmare is screaming.
All right, there you go, right there. He pulled the mask. He pulled the mask right there. Look at that, right there. I'm supposed to put a stop to this.
All right, Jimmy, you can complain all you want to. Batten, oh, look out. Hart distracted the referee, and from outside, Nightmare number 2 knees Mark Batten in the back.
Jojo, what's he done? Had a heart attack over there, man? You better get somebody from the hospital to pick him up, man.
The Nightmare firing Batten into the rope. After Batten was nailed from outside by the other Nightmare, Jimmy Hart, using those Hart in the first family tactics. Look out, Batten being double teamed. Now where's Jimmy to talk about double teaming now that it's the Nightmares who are in fact breaking the rules on it. Batten being choked on the rope. Now the other Nightmare helping out. They're using that middle rope to choke him. Hart. Tojo came around to maybe keep Hart out of it. The Nightmares, meanwhile, with a double team, one of them came off the top rope there.
I brought some shoe polish today. I might just paint Tojo's head and those guys' beards on and everything, baby. Woo, I feel good.
Mark Batten. The referee called for a break on the hold. He got a quick one, but the Nightmare right back to it. I don't know what happened. Might have been hair pulling. We couldn't see from our angle. You had a better view of it than we did on from the camera. There's the tag made by the Nightmares. Double Double team by the Nightmares. Jimmy Hart jumping up and down over there, cheering them on. Count is at 1, 2, but Batten able to break out of it at the 2 count. They're still going. 7 minutes, 40 seconds gone. First ball action. Well, the other Nightmare jumps in. No tag. Referee sends him back to the corner. Nightmares trying to force Mark Batten back into their corner, keep him away from the tag on Johnny Wilhoit. Mark's been in there a long time. Batten close to the tag, but just not quite close enough. Nightmares keep him in there. Nightmare number 2 in the ring. Right fist. Batten flipped into the rope. Goes them down. The Nightmare's shoulders on the mat. The other one has the referee distracted. Now he sees the count as 1. But by the time he starts to count, the Nightmares were able to team up and break it at the 1 count. Nightmares making the tag now. 8 minutes, 45 seconds gone. Mark Batten hammered with a right fist. And a big clothesline by the Nightmare. Batten in serious trouble here. Count is 1, 2. He breaks out at the 2 count. Thought they might have had it wrapped up.
He's the only referee in the building. Why does he have to referee all these matches for? He hates me.
I suppose you would rather referee, Jimmy. Oh, yeah, you could do a lot of things.
Nightmares in there against Mark Batten. Batten has been in at least 3 minutes, maybe even longer than that, as we're 9.5 minutes in. The Nightmare finds himself with a knee problem, and Batten gets the tag. Johnny Wilhoit in there now. Great drop kick. And another one by Wilhoit. Lands on his feet. Johnny Wilhoit with a drop kick, putting down both of the Nightmares. From the middle rope, presses out with the drop kick to cover. Hart jumps in there. That's going to be disqualification right there. Mojo in. We've got 6 of them in the ring. Look out. Hart running around the ring, hammering first one, then the other, the new generation, and Sojo just about had him. He bails out of there. Now back up on the apron, working on Batten. Sojo trying to get to him. Free for all here. As the bell is sounded, Hart got his team disqualified. Boy, it looked like...
Interference! Hey, come on. Don't interfere to the match. He should be $5,000.
You're the one that jumped in the ring. Oh, he drove you to it. Great. That makes a lot of Hart sense, I can tell you that. Disqualification goes against Jimmy Hart.
Absolutely. Wilhoit had the Nightmare in a position it looked like he probably could have gotten a 3 count. Hart thought so too, jumped in and got his team disqualified. 9:58, the time on the fall.
Gotta tell you, some kind of rugged match, too. A dandy. Nightmares, new generation. We'll check our clock, is what I was going to say, and we'll be back in a minute.
Imagine the world's sharpest knives working at rotary speeds. Direct from France comes the amazing Mouli, the rotary blade kitchen tool used by millions in Europe. Never before have you been able to process so many foods so quickly and for so little money. Here's how Mouli works. Insert one of 5 different blades, load the hopper, turn the handle, and look. Have you ever made home fries this easily? The same blade makes cucumber slices perfect every time. Slice carrots and celery for soups and stews. Slice radishes a whole bag at a time. How long would it take you to do what the Mouli did? Change to the Julienne blade and make mounds of coleslaw. Make fresh Julienne French fries. Change blades again and make hash browns. Enjoy delicious potatoes any way you like them. Watch this amazing test. Shred 3 whole onions in the Mouli. Shred 3 in this expensive food processor. Mouli gets the job done quicker and without messy cleanup. The secret is Mouli's large hopper. It holds all the ingredients for an entire health salad. As the safety handle presses the food against the rotary blades, out pours delicious salad. Forget this old knucklebuster. Mouli grates coconut, chocolate, cheese. Look at this mozzarella. Use the finer grating blade to grate nuts, hard cheeses, make breadcrumbs. Grate a stack of graham crackers for a pie crust you'll never forget. Mouli is strong. It even shaves ice for tempting cool drinks. Best of all, Mouli rinses clean and stores quickly in any drawer. You get from Mouli all 5 blades and our money-back guarantee. Order now, and we include this amazing knife with a famous blade design like those you've seen on TV. Yours to keep just for trying the French Mouli. Here's how to order.
To order, rush $14.95 to Mouli, Box 7, Evansville 47701. That's Mouli, Box 7, Evansville, Indiana 47701. Money back if not delighted. Remember, the amazing TV knife is yours to keep just for trying the French Mouli. Rush $14.95 to Mouli, Box 7, Evansville, Indiana 47701.
Once again, Jimmy Hart messes up a doggone good bout in there. It's not that I didn't want to see the new generation win and all. I'd just like to see a good action in the Nightmares' new generation. Good action any time. Disqualification caught a hold of the Nightmares, though. It's Jimmy Hart once again, and he, of course, would have a different version of it. It's cost a team a disqualification and a match. New generation being the one. How about a full recap, David?
Boy, we had quite a day today with King Kong Bundy and Kurt Von Hess. Von Hess, the newest member of the First Family. Hart brought him in from Munich, Germany, and Bundy and Von Hess defeated Randy Johnson and Jim Jamison quite handily in the match today. Then, the award ceremony, trophy presentation by Wrestling Fans International to the Tag Team of the Year, Tommy Rich and Eddie Gilbert. Now, of course, as wrestling fans in this area know, they're not wrestling together as a tag team now. And boy, with all the things that happened, I don't know if they'll ever be wrestling as a tag team ever again, but I suspect they'll be facing each other in the ring somewhere down the way. Dutch Mantell defeated Pat Hutchinson in a single match. Mark Regan, an impressive debut as he defeated Keith Robertson in less than a minute in his match. Then it was the New Generation and the Nightmares, the two teams that we had talked about, both with impressive upset victories over other major tag teams in here going against each other. New Generation pretty well in control for about 4 or 5 minutes of the match. Then the Nightmares kind of took control. But in the end, it was the New Generation winning as Jimmy Hart jumped into the ring and got his team disqualified. So New Generation comes away with a victory in the expiration of time.
Oh, yeah. By golly, we're going to be keeping our eye on this team of Bundy and Kurt Von Hess. Impressive team size-wise, no question about that. And they may be bear watching. Dave, we have got to go. See you next week for Dave.